Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that shows you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So guys, new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification icon so you can never miss an upload. So guys, I want to talk about an offensive technique or strategy that I use online that actually had a couple subscribers and people that have viewed my videos to say, I really need to start doing this more. And I want to jump into a little bit more depth about how I'll leverage this particular passing concept, and I make certain reads to determine on how to read it correctly and get easy first downs or completions. So it's a very simple concept. Now I'm going to just use any particular random formation. For instance, I'm going to use gun wide trips, a very common formation you can see in the game. And the play we're going to actually go ahead and leverage and use is going to be a play like, let's see, we're going to go with basically, let's just go with this, corner combo play. Now, I'm going to run this against random defenses, so let's just go ahead and run this against basically nickel and kind of go from there. All right, so basically what it is, it's an out route. A very common play. Not a lot of people use out routes, or everybody's using crossers and slants and stuff like that. But a lot of Madden players, even the elite Madden players, will use an out route just to basically go ahead and catch their opponent. Now, I find that out routes are the best if you have off coverage. So a lot of players online use off coverage because they don't want to get themselves burnt over the top with any kind of a streak animation. Now, the type of out route I like to use the most is going to be a deep out route. And you can actually make a deep out route by actually going ahead and highlighting your wide receiver, doing an out by hitting the left stick, and then you can actually get a little bit more depth based on the down and distance by highlighting that same guy and smart routing him. So he's going to essentially go up to the 10-yard marker. Now, what makes this play tick is basically whether a defender falls in that zone, if the defender off the left-hand side is actually over that wide receiver Brown actually is playing some kind of a zone that's going to go ahead and take care of that out route, and then also if the safety is going to come over there. But if he's not playing it, what's going to happen is you're going to get an opportunity to pick up an easy 10 yards or a first down against your opponent. So I want to show you basically in instant replay what my reads are if I'm trying to go ahead and get basically an out route. First and foremost, I'm going to look for off coverage. I know that he's going to get a free release off the line. His route is not going to get messed up at all. He's going to get that free release. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a peek to see if this defender on the edge or this linebacker is going to slide out. Now, based on the positioning of where this ball is at and where these guys are at, even if they were sliding out to go ahead and take away this out route, they might not be able to get there out in enough time, so I can still throw that ball. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to watch how this defender reacts. If he backs up immediately and he doesn't turn his back directly and actually face a sideline, I know that's going to be some kind of a over-the-top shell or some man coverage, and I can throw that. The final read I'm going to look at is going to look at the safety and see if the safety comes beating down to play that out. And this is all going to happen really quick. My first read is this guy right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this guy. I'm going to see if a safety's coming down and I can throw the ball. And it's going to give me it's not a lot for you to process to be able to know that you can throw the ball to the outside. And usually what I like to do is I like to possession catch it, get that guaranteed possession catch. But a lot of times if you have enough room, you can rack it to basically get an easy completion. But you can see right there, I'm picking up 12 yards and I'm moving the chains for a first down. So you can see the actual defender is a little bit closer down towards the wide receiver. So we're going to go ahead and watch what happens. Now see how he shoves? That just means he was in man coverage, but I can still go ahead and throw that ball because of the way the defender played it. Now, one of the reasons why I don't like throwing hot routed smart out routes against press coverages is sometimes these guys come off the line, but if you really wanted to, you could still throw it. It's just not my preference. If I had a preference, I've got a single high safety, I'd rather go ahead and take that shot up top and try to beat my opponent up top. So that'll actually get him out of that press coverage if he decides to go that route. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and look to defender float. See how this guy actually gets into a passing lane? He's going to basically take that quick out. So that's going to be an area that I'm going to look at. So if I've got another defender to the outside and I've got a quick out, and if he floats, that means he's going to be taking that quick out of my, he's going to get in my passing lane. So I'm going to go ahead and check away and go ahead and take a look at my next route. So once again, we're going to go and look, but I want to show you where you're going to get yourself in some trouble too if you force a ball. That defender should have made a play on that ball. So once again, I'm going to watch this defender, see if he floats. He doesn't, so that means I've got a green light. My next read is going to be this guy right here, and watch, he actually takes, he pushes the guy on the inside. So that's going to be a tell if he pushes him inside and then floats back and puts his back to the sideline. He's playing cloud coverage, and I'm going to be throwing right into that zone. So even though he didn't react to that ball like he should, if you're playing MUT, draft champions, or just playing regs, a lot of times your guy's going to click on and get an easy interception and sometimes pick six you. So say for instance you still look good, you could have a safety that actually is going to get into that passing lane. So you want to be very conscious of that. So that's going to be your third read. Your first read is going to be see if the defender actually floats into the zone, if this guy slides over. Your next read is going to be this defensive back. As you can see right here, he's got his back turned. But your third read is going to be this safety. Now, if the safety goes up into a deep half or he goes into a middle defense, then you got basically a free shot. But if he comes down and plays this route, you're throwing into double coverage and you're most likely to get picked off like that. So what makes this concept, this just quick out concept, fun is that you can build an entire scheme off of that out and then just build things underneath it to really drive your opponent crazy. So one of the things you can do is just have a simple running back route that's going to be underneath it to go ahead and force your opponent to adjust to that. So let's go with the dig and go. So we're just going to do this. See what happens now is that even though I've got that out route, he's got to cover that out route, I've got a route underneath it that's actually going to go ahead and drive him crazy because now he's got this little running back route that he's got to go ahead and defend, and that zone is going to be wide open because he's pulling a guy out of that area. So that's what's really, really cool about using outs, deep outs in your passing scheme is that you can build basically a whole passing scheme underneath it and really drive your opponent crazy. So now I've got basically this underneath route that I can go and pop against my opponent in the zone that he clears out because he's trying to take away that out route. And what if he's actually using some type of a cloud coverage? Well, now basically you can go and hit him out past that coverages too with the running back. So this is what I like about having an out in my back pocket and actually putting it into my schemes is that it forces your opponent to play the sidelines. He's going to open up more adjustments, and then we're not even concentrating what's going on in the back end side. So a lot of times what you can do is actually go ahead and pop your opponent. If he goes into cover two, you might have a nice big cover two beater to go ahead and attack him for a huge one-play touchdown opportunity. So guys, this is a passing concept that I've been using extensively in my gameplay. I'm using just quick outs, deep outs, hot routed audible out routes, forcing my opponent to adjust around it, and then having basically plays that complement it as my next read. If he takes away the out, I've got an underneath route, I've got a seam route on the back end side. Sometimes I've just got routes coming across the middle, and it forces him out of his game, and he starts chasing certain things. And if you play steps, if you're steps ahead of your opponent and you anticipate the adjustments they're going to make, you're going to basically hit them for some huge plays. So once again, my subscribers, thank you for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you do like these type of Madden tips, go ahead and make sure you smash that like button, and I'll be rolling out more offensive and defensive tips to take your game to the next level. So once again, thank you for your support, and until next time.